Starbucks is one of the most prominent coffee businesses around. Starbucks offers premium coffees, teas, as well as food to consume either in their coffee house concept stores or when you're on the road. To date, Starbucks is Forbes' 76th most valuable company, 19th most innovative company, and has sales of about $13.3 billion. Starbucks also has around 16,600 employees worldwide. Apart from its superior taste, Starbucks is also the unquestionable champion of giving back to its farmers. More than mere ethical sourcing, Starbucks aims to improve the lives of Ethiopian coffee farmers who are the backbone of Starbucks.
Once that perfect cup of Starbucks coffee arrives, you might not give much thought about what it took to get there. But rest assured, we have. Before you received that rich, smooth, roasty, balanced coffee, it was made personally for you by our barista, the one who greeted you warmly and remembered your name is Emily, and that you like the double tall, non-fat cappuccino. Now, before we could make your favorite beverage, our signature espresso roast traveled the ocean from one of our artisan roasters. The way we roast beans is uniquely Starbucks because we roast until the second pop, which maximizes the flavor of each and every bean. Long before our roasters can roast those Arabica beans, our buyers have to source them. They travel across 3 growing regions to carefully pick the best Arabica beans in the world. And since we're so close, let's go back to the people who started it all, the coffee growers. We work closely with farmers, like Alfredo here, who share our passion about creating the finest coffee in the world, which means the personal care your coffee receives in that first 10 feet of its journey is the same as in those last 10 feet. And that's the end of, well, the beginning of how Starbucks creates rich, smooth, roasty, balanced, and personal coffee perfection. Discover your perfect Starbucks coffee today.
However, Ethiopia remains the 14th poorest country in the world according to Global Finance, and the coffee crisis of 2003 had destroyed what little economic integrity the fragile nation had. As a result, in the 2 years following the crisis, 38.7% of the population went under the poverty line. Ethiopian culture dictates that if a stranger crosses your threshold as your coffee is boiling, then you are destined for good relations. Starbucks had entered when Ethiopia had needed it most. Starbucks pays premium prices for Ethiopian coffee, and over the past 4 years bought 400% more of Ethiopian coffee, and have always paid better prices than the international market. Starbucks, as of 2013, have paid $1.23 per pound, which is 23% higher than the average prices from other markets. As a result, Ethiopia experienced exponential GDP growth from after the crisis. The steady increase of GDP was also accompanied by Starbucks-hosted programs which were focused on farmer well-being, such as infrastructure projects and farmer support centers. Now, according to Global Finance, Ethiopia is the 14th poorest nation in the world. Starbucks played a major role in uplifting the nation from the 8th poorest to the 14th poorest. It might not sound much, but progress requires small steps. In fact, Ethiopia is now known as the African lion. The nation has experienced a 93% GDP increase, according to The Guardian, and now creates the most millionaires out of its own people than any other country. Starbucks has helped Ethiopia rise out of the ashes, and Starbucks will continue doing its good work in Ethiopia, as well as in other places which have given the superior coffee beans that Starbucks is highly known for. This, you scratch my back and I scratch yours mentality, will continue to sow not only coffee beans, but also benevolence throughout the world. Indeed, selfless Starbucks has proven to be Ethiopia's most delectable guardian angel.